Ah, my friend, if you've reached the age of 70 or beyond, you already know the world changes on you. The days move slower, yet seem somehow shorter. The worries of youth fade, but new challenges come knocking, especially when it comes to holding on to what you've earned, your money and your assets. I've walked that path, seen folks stumble, and learned a few hard truths that I want to share with you, straight from the heart. These are 4 essential rules to protect your retirement money and assets after 70. Listen well, because I speak not from books but from experience. And I want you to keep what you've worked so hard for. First, let me say this. At 70, your financial safety is no longer about chasing more gains. It's about defending what you have. The markets can be cruel, and the time to recover from losses grows shorter. When I was younger, I believed in striking hard, making bold moves. But now the most important battle is to keep your nest egg intact. This leads to my first rule. Avoid risky investments. I don't mean you should bury your money under the mattress. No, I mean be wary of chasing flashy returns or putting your savings in anything you don't fully understand. I've seen good people fall prey to promises of high returns from slick salesmen. They lose not just money, but peace of mind. Remember, after 70, it's not about multiplying your money overnight. It's about preserving it so it can sustain your years ahead. Stick to investments that offer stability, income, and security. Bonds, government securities, or even well-established dividend-paying stocks can be your friends. But whatever you do, don't gamble with your future. Your money should be your fortress, not your roulette wheel. The second rule I want to share with you is about the people you trust. When you get older, you'll find more folks wanting a piece of your pie. Some are family, others are friends, and some are strangers dressed in the garb of helpers and advisors. This is a time when you must be cautious, even if it feels uncomfortable. Trust is precious but can be misplaced. I once had a dear friend who trusted his financial advisor blindly. He lost a fortune because that advisor took advantage of him. It breaks my heart to tell you this, but some people see older folks as easy targets. You must have a circle of trustworthy people who look out for your best interest. If you don't have one, find one. That could be a family member, a longtime friend, or a reputable professional. Don't be afraid to ask questions or seek second opinions. Protect your autonomy and guard your decisions. Your life savings belong to you, not to someone else's greed or carelessness. Remember, trust must be earned, not given freely. Now, the third rule might sound a bit bureaucratic, but it's absolutely vital. Get your legal paperwork in order. I'm talking about wills, trusts, powers of attorney, and healthcare directives. When I first started dealing with these documents, I thought they were just formalities, something you put off because they seem so final. But after seeing friends and family caught in endless legal battles, frozen bank accounts, and confusion about what they wanted, I changed my mind. These documents protect your wishes and make life easier for those you leave behind. They prevent unnecessary stress, fights, and losses. If you don't have a will, make one now. If you have one from years ago, review it. Life changes, and so should your plans. Trust me, sorting this out may not be fun, but it's a gift to yourself and your loved ones. A well-planned legal structure ensures that your money and assets go exactly where you want them to go, without getting tangled in courtrooms or falling into the wrong hands. It also gives you control while you're still here. Powers of attorney allow someone you trust to make decisions if you cannot. Don't leave this to chance. Finally, the fourth rule is about taking care of your own health and finances day by day. After 70, your ability to manage money can change. Sometimes slowly, sometimes suddenly. It is easy to fall victim to scams, overspending, or even forgetfulness. I speak from bitter experience. I once saw a neighbor, a sharp man, fall victim to a scam that wiped out part of his retirement funds. That pain stayed with me. So stay involved in your finances as much as you can. Don't hand over all control to others without checks and balances. If you feel your memory or decision-making slipping, ask for help. Set up safeguards like automatic bill payments, alerts for unusual activity, and regular reviews of your accounts. Technology can be your ally here if you are willing to learn or have someone trustworthy teach you. Staying engaged helps you spot trouble early and keeps you empowered. And above all, guard your health. Your physical and mental well-being are your greatest assets. When you're well, you're better able to protect what you have. I tell you these things because I care. I want you to enjoy your golden years with dignity and without fear. You've worked decades building your life, your savings, your home. Losing that because of carelessness or lack of preparation would be a heavy burden. So remember these 4 rules. Avoid risky investments, be cautious about who you trust, get your legal paperwork in order, and stay actively involved in managing your money and health. These rules aren't complicated or glamorous, but they are the pillars that hold your security firm. It's never easy to think about losing money or what might happen if you become vulnerable. But ignoring these matters is even harder in the long run. Protect yourself like you would protect your family. Because in a way, you are protecting your legacy, the stories you've lived, the sacrifices you've made, and the dreams you still hold close. These rules aren't just about money. They're about respect for yourself and your journey. So my friend, take this advice as a gift from someone who has seen the storms and the calm after. Life after 70 can be peaceful and full of joy if you stand guard wisely over your retirement money and assets. Don't wait until it's too late. Start today, make your plan, surround yourself with trusted people, and keep your eyes open. Your future self will thank you. Now tell me, how are you feeling about your retirement security today? Have you taken steps to protect what you've earned so far? Now let's clear some common questions. What are the emotional and psychological challenges seniors face when dealing with money and asset protection? The question you ask touches on something far deeper than dollars and cents. It strikes at the very heart of what it means to grow old and face the reality of safeguarding what we have spent a lifetime building. When it comes to money and protecting our assets after we have crossed 70, the challenges are not only financial, but profoundly emotional and psychological. I speak to you now as a man who has walked that long road, who has felt the weight of uncertainty, fear, and sometimes loneliness in the face of decisions about money that once seemed simple. These feelings are natural and they are real. Let me share what I have learned about them. At the core, there is a deep sense of vulnerability. When we are young, we often feel invincible, ready to take on the world. But after 70, that feeling fades, replaced by a cautious awareness that life is fragile. When it comes to money, this vulnerability is even sharper because it feels like a final line of defense for our dignity, our independence, and sometimes our very survival. The money we have saved or earned is more than just numbers in a bank account. It represents years of hard work, sacrifice, and dreams. The thought of losing it or having it slip away due to mistakes or bad advice can be terrifying. This fear often leads to anxiety, which can cloud judgment and make managing money feel overwhelming. Many seniors also face a quiet battle with trust. It is no secret that older adults are often targets for scams and financial abuse. The emotional challenge here is twofold. On one hand, there is a desperate need to trust someone, whether a family member, a friend, or a financial advisor, because managing money can become complicated and confusing. On the other hand, there is the fear that this trust might be betrayed. This internal conflict creates stress and sometimes isolation. Seniors might withdraw from discussing finances, even with close relatives, because they are unsure whom to trust or fear appearing weak or vulnerable. I have seen people who used to be strong and confident become hesitant and fearful simply because they are worried about being taken advantage of. It is a heavy burden to carry. Another emotional struggle that many face is the loss of control. Money management is deeply personal. It is tied to our identity and sense of independence. When age or health issues make it difficult to handle financial matters, seniors may have to rely on others for help. This transition can feel like a loss of power, stirring feelings of frustration, helplessness, and even shame. For some, handing over control is like admitting defeat, as if they are losing a part of themselves. I remember a friend of mine who fought fiercely against accepting help, only to find himself isolated and struggling alone. Accepting assistance is never easy, but it can be necessary. Finding a balance between maintaining control and accepting support is one of the greatest emotional challenges of protecting one's assets in later life. Grief plays a silent yet powerful role in these emotional challenges. As we age, we lose loved ones, friends, and sometimes even our mental sharpness. Each loss chips away at the foundation of our emotional well-being. Managing money, which once brought a sense of pride and security, can become a painful reminder of what is slipping away. The house we own might feel empty without a spouse, or the savings we guard so carefully may now be seen as all that remains of a once full life. These feelings of sadness, loneliness, and sometimes despair can make financial decisions feel heavier than they really are. It is important to recognize that grief and money are often intertwined in the lives of seniors, and addressing one without the other is difficult. The weight of responsibility toward family can also add to the psychological burden. Many seniors want to leave something behind for their children and grandchildren. They carry the hope that their money will secure the future of those they love. But this hope often comes with anxiety. Questions arise. Will my children respect my wishes? Will disputes tear the family apart? Will my assets be wasted or lost due to poor decisions by those I leave behind? These worries can make the act of protecting assets feel like a delicate balancing act between generosity and caution. Sometimes the fear of family conflict causes seniors to keep their finances secret or avoid discussions altogether, which only increases emotional strain. There is also the challenge of adapting to change. Financial landscapes are always shifting. New laws, taxes, and investment options can be confusing, especially when your mind is not as quick as it once was. For many seniors, this creates a feeling of being left behind or out of control. Learning to navigate these changes requires patience, humility, and sometimes accepting help. The psychological hurdle here is pride. Admitting that you need assistance with money is hard. It can feel like admitting weakness. But in truth, it is a sign of wisdom to recognize when guidance is needed. Facing this reality with grace rather than stubbornness can ease much of the emotional burden. Isolation can be a silent enemy in this struggle. Managing money and protecting assets is often seen as a private matter. Seniors may not want to burden others with their worries, or they might feel embarrassed to admit they need help. This leads to loneliness and the feeling that they are fighting this battle alone. But the truth is, many others share these fears and challenges. Opening up to trusted friends, support groups, or professionals can lift a heavy weight off the shoulders. Sharing concerns not only provides practical help, but also emotional relief. Never underestimate the power of connection in easing the psychological challenges of money management in later life. Finally, there is a deeply personal question that often goes unspoken. What does money really mean at this stage of life? For many seniors, it's not about accumulating wealth anymore. It's about peace of mind, legacy, and security. The emotional challenge is reconciling the practical need to protect money with the spiritual and emotional desire to enjoy life, to give, and to make meaning. Sometimes the focus on preservation can turn into fear of spending or sharing. It takes courage to balance the need for security with the joy of living fully. I have learned that the best protection for retirement money is not just numbers on a page, but the peace that comes from making wise choices with both head and heart. So, my friend, these emotional and psychological challenges are real and powerful. They shape how seniors face the task of protecting their money and assets. Fear, vulnerability, trust, grief, responsibility, pride, isolation, and meaning all play their part. But there is hope. Wisdom comes with age, and with wisdom comes the ability to face these challenges with calm and strength. Reach out for help when you need it. Keep your heart open even when you feel vulnerable. Remember that protecting your money is also about protecting your peace of mind and your dignity. In the end, the greatest wealth is not just what you have saved, but the grace with which you carry yourself through this stage of life. How can retirees create a legacy that ensures their assets support their loved ones without conflict or loss? Creating a legacy is something every retiree thinks about deeply. It's more than just passing down money or property. It's about leaving behind a piece of yourself that carries your values, your love, and your hard work into the future. After 70, this desire grows stronger because we realize that what we leave behind will shape the lives of those we care about long after we are gone. But my friend, creating a legacy that truly supports loved ones without causing conflict or loss is no simple task. I have lived long enough to see families torn apart over inheritance and fortunes lost to careless planning. Let me share what I have learned so you can protect your legacy with wisdom and care. First, understand that a legacy is as much about communication as it is about documents or dollars. Many retirees think that if they write a will, their job is done. But a will alone is like a map with no directions. It may say where you want things to go, but it doesn't explain why or how. This lack of communication can breed misunderstandings and resentment among family members. When you decide what to leave and to whom, sit down with your loved ones and have open, honest conversations. Explain your decisions clearly, share your hopes and concerns, and listen to theirs. These talks might be uncomfortable or emotional, but they are necessary to prevent surprises that often lead to conflict. When people understand the heart behind your choices, they are more likely to respect them. Remember, your legacy is as much a gift of peace and unity as it is of money or assets. Another crucial step in creating a conflict-free legacy is to be fair and transparent. Fairness doesn't always mean equal shares. Sometimes one child might have been caring for you more, or another might already be well-established financially. When you consider these realities, fairness might mean different things for different people. The key is to be transparent about your reasons. Write them down if you can, or discuss them openly. Transparency builds trust. It reduces suspicion and jealousy, which are often the root of family disputes. A fair and transparent approach can prevent bitterness and keep relationships strong long after you are gone. Legal planning is the backbone of any lasting legacy. I cannot stress this enough. A carefully prepared will is important, but trusts, powers of attorney, and healthcare directives play vital roles too. Trust, for example, can help you control how and when your assets are distributed. They can protect your money from being wasted or lost through poor decisions or outside claims. Trusts also help avoid the lengthy and costly probate process, which can strain family relations. Powers of attorney ensure that someone you trust can manage your financial and health decisions if you become unable to do so. Without these legal tools, your estate might be left in confusion and vulnerable to exploitation. Work with a good estate attorney who understands your wishes and family dynamics. Review your documents regularly because life changes and your legacy plan must change with it. It is also wise to prepare your heirs for the responsibility they will inherit. Money and assets can bring stress and pressure, especially if your loved ones are not used to managing wealth. Take the time to educate them about financial responsibility, the importance of saving, budgeting, and investing wisely. Share your values about money and how you used it to build your life. This education can be a powerful part of your legacy. It can help prevent the loss of assets through mismanagement or careless spending. Teach your heirs that wealth is a tool to support their well-being and the well-being of others, not just a prize to be spent. This prepares them to carry your legacy forward with respect and care. Another important piece is to consider the tax implications of your estate plan. Taxes can eat away at your assets, reducing what you can leave to your loved ones. Planning for taxes involves strategies like gifting during your lifetime, setting up trusts, or choosing the right type of accounts for your savings. These decisions can be complex, but they are essential to preserving your wealth. Consult with tax professionals and financial advisors who specialize in retirement and estate planning. Their expertise can help you maximize what your heirs receive and minimize surprises that might cause disputes or financial hardship. Remember, a well-planned legacy protects your family from unnecessary burdens. Don't forget the power of documentation and organization. Keep all your financial records, legal documents, and important information in one safe, accessible place. Make sure a trusted person knows where these documents are and how to access them. This simple step can prevent confusion and delays when the time comes. It also helps your heirs understand what you owned and how you wanted it handled. I have seen families scramble and argue over missing papers or unclear instructions. You can spare your loved ones that struggle by being organized and clear. Creating a legacy without conflict also means preparing for the unexpected. Life is unpredictable, and so are the needs of your family. Sometimes circumstances change, and plans that seem perfect become outdated. Be flexible and willing to update your legacy plan as needed. Talk regularly with your family about your wishes and any changes in your situation. This ongoing dialogue keeps everyone informed and reduces misunderstandings. It also allows you to address new challenges before they become crises. Staying engaged with your legacy planning is one of the best gifts you can give. Emotional wisdom plays a huge role in legacy creation. Understand that your loved ones will grieve your passing, and their emotions may affect how they receive your legacy. Be patient and compassionate. Remember, your goal is to support them, not just financially but emotionally as well. Consider leaving personal letters, recordings, or family stories along with your financial legacy. These personal touches remind your family of your love and values. They help keep your memory alive in a way that money alone never can. A legacy built with heart is a legacy that lasts. Finally, don't forget to live your legacy while you still can. Many retirees focus so much on what happens after they are gone that they forget to enjoy and share their blessings now. Use your resources to create joyful moments with your loved ones. Give gifts of time, experiences, and memories. Teach by example how to value relationships over possessions. The legacy you create in life can be even more powerful than what you leave behind on paper. When you show love and generosity today, you inspire your family to do the same tomorrow. So, my friend, creating a legacy that supports your loved ones without conflict or loss takes more than just money. It takes communication, fairness, legal planning, education, and emotional wisdom. It means being organized, prepared, and flexible. Most importantly, it means leaving behind a part of your heart and your values. This kind of legacy is a treasure that no one can steal or diminish. It binds your family together and gives your life meaning far beyond what any bank account can measure. I hope these words help you walk the path of legacy with courage and grace. There is no greater gift than knowing your loved ones will be cared for and your story will live on in their hearts. Now tell me, have you started thinking about what kind of legacy you want to leave? If you liked today's discussion, don't forget to like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay updated with every video we release. And yes, don't forget to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. Every comment is special to us. Your feedback helps us improve further. We'll continue to meet you in every new video on this channel. So until next time, take care.